Good evening. Thank you for joining us this evening for tonight's Village of Alsip board meeting. Today's May 21st. We'll call this meeting in order at 7:30. Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Yes. Trustee McGreal
Here.
is absent. Trustee Dalzell.
Here.
Trustee Pierce.
Here.
Trustee Zielinski.
Here.
Trustee Juarez.
Here.
Trustee McLaughlin.
Here.
Mayor Ryan.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Obviously, this is a great night, folks, and I appreciate everyone being here this evening. We'll have a little bit of business, and just to give everybody, just to understand what we're doing, obviously we're doing a student government evening here, as well as welcoming 3 new employees to the village. We're going to have 2 firemen and a policeman sworn in this evening as well. This is really, I like the idea of the schools promoting government within the schools. I can tell you, I've been here for a year as mayor, and I've visited all the couple of the local schools here, and the kids as young as 3rd grade are already learning about government in the schools, and I think it's a wonderful thing because there's a lot to understand. And I gave all the students kind of a crash course here earlier this evening on parliamentary procedure and how to understand our agendas. In many of the schools here in District 218, as well as the Catholic schools too, do send their students here, and I think it's a great thing to do. The students will sit in. I always ask them if they understood what we discussed for the evening, and all of our meetings are taped too on YouTube's, where you can actually go back to that meeting and review what you did for the night yet too. So I mean, this is all good for the community and for the students. And I'll tell you, just right before spring break, I had the kids across the street at Lane School actually all wrote me letters in one class, and I tell you, dear Mayor, I know it's tough being mayor. We learned today about Harry Truman, or we learned about William McKinley, and so forth. And of course, I had to brush up my Wikipedia real quick before I responded and stuff, And and when's that play place going to be open? Over, it's just like all the residents and everything else. Everybody's got demands. It's called Love to Play. It's under construction right now at 111th and Cicero. It's a 25,000 square foot indoor kids entertainment, like a jump zone, where it's got individual party rooms. And it's going to have like a monster sand pit in the middle of the room yet too. So all the kids are pretty excited about that coming to town. Apparently the word got out at Lane School, and so what I did was I responded to all their letters during spring break. I put it on village letterhead, and I sent it back to them, and asked them obviously write me whenever you wish. And I walked the letters over there, and actually I brought over something with me when I went back to the school, give them an assignment to do. The building department was going through some old records, and they actually found the resignation letter of our village treasurer from 1944 when Mr. Lane actually had to resign because he was drafted into the Army to fight in World War II. And so I says, let's find out if Mr. Lane ever came back, because I checked everything and I couldn't do it. So they got their own assignment. When they figure it out, they can get back to me on that then too. But it's very nice having the schools participate. Before I introduce everybody, I want to take care of some business in short order for record. Trustees, I'd like to start the evening by removing letter N from our consent agenda. This is approval to hire 2 full-time police officers, and I'd like to ask for a motion and a second. I'd like to have a vote on that now, please.
Second.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, was the second by Trustee Juarez? Trustee McLaughlin in the back row. Roll call number 1 to remove letter N, approval to hire 2 full-time police officers. Trustee McGreal is absent. Trustee Dalzell?
Yes.
Trustee Pierce?
Yes.
Trustee Zielinski?
Yes.
Trustee Juarez?
Yes.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. Moving along with this evening's business. To start the meeting, a couple of quick matters of business before I just on my report. Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, I'm going to be at Annixter Corporation located at 11740 South Austin. Annixter has been actually in the village since 1978. They are a manufacturer and distributor of cables and wiring, and they've got they're represented in over 30 countries, and they just did almost a $13 million expansion on their company, and tomorrow they're going to have a ribbon cutting ceremony. Quick overview of Annixter. Annixter was founded by brothers Alan and Bill Annixter with a small family loan of $10,000 back in 1957 with 3 employees. The company made $300,000 in sales in that first year selling industrial wire and cable. In the 60s, this company reached more than $10 million in sales and went public on the American Stock Exchange and increased their employees to 700. In the 70s, they included cable TV to their inventory and opened additional locations in the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom, thus increasing their employees to 1,375 and trading on the New York Stock Exchange. In the 1980s, Annixter moved forward into the data communications network and hit sales of $650 million and increased the amount of employees to 2,500. In the 90s, they introduced expansion of the company that led into Latin America, Asia, and the South Pacific. Sales topped $1 billion and acquired many other companies at the same time, thus increasing their employees to 5,000. In 1999, when everyone was fearing Y2K, etc., Annixter recorded sales of $3 billion at the time. Since the year 2000, Annixter has acquired over 17 businesses, launched Annixter University, increased the number of employees to 8,700 employees, and achieved over $6 billion in sales. This is obviously across all of their facilities, not just Alsip. For a company that speaks 30 languages and has more than 125,000 customers worldwide, we're fortunate to have Annixter as part of Alsip, Illinois' business community, where many jobs exist because of Annixter's ability to be the most competitive in their industry. Obviously, my priority as mayor has always been to protect the residents and businesses' greatest asset, their homes and businesses. And as the village, of Alsip has always done what's in the best interest of their business community to protect the safety and security of their employees. While all businesses have choices when establishing a manufacturing facility, I want to thank Annixter for keeping their business in Alsip since 1978. I'm going to wish them best success, and especially following the expansion of what they've just done recently. So really looking forward to meeting these folks tomorrow. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Alsip Police and Fire Commissioners to administer the oath of office to the 3 new personnel we're going to hire. So I'd like to introduce first Police and Fire Commissioner Terry Vershik, and this is Greg LeComp, who's here this evening. And I'll let you fellows introduce who you have here.
This is Kyle Forsythe. Kyle is going to be our next police officer after he's sworn in. It'll be up to Chief when he starts, and will he have to go to the academy?
No, he'll be starting tomorrow.
Tonight, there's 3 commissioners. Kevin O'Connell had to go, otherwise he would have been here. Although we're commissioners for the Fire and Police Department, we have no authority over laws or any of that stuff like the commissioner on TV. We're going to be giving oath of office tonight. In the oath of office, these guys are giving their word to do their best throughout their career. And we'll start right now. I, Kyle Forsythe,
I, Kyle Forsythe,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
I will support the Constitution of the United States,
I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the municipal ordinances
and the municipal ordinances
of the Village of Alsip,
of the Village of Alsip,
that I will faithfully
and I will faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of police officer
the office of the police officer
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations and have a great
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Cal.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, officer.
Godspeed.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you. Seeing you.
Congrats, go up.
Next, I have Anthony Boulat. I, Anthony Boulat,
I, Anthony Bulett,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the municipal ordinances of the Village of Alsip,
and the municipal ordinances of the Village of Alsip,
and that I will faithfully
and I will faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of firefighter
of the office of firefighter
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Hey, Alec, would you come up, please? This is a big milestone in these young fellows' lives. Starting his job with a great department and hopefully having long, safe careers. You can see the support with the people that are here from both departments. I, Alec Kowalczyk,
I, Alec Walczyk,
solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the municipal ordinances of the Village of Alsip,
and the municipal ordinance of the Village of Alsip,
and that I will faithfully
and I will faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of firefighter
of the office of firefighter
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sir, thanks, man.
Congrats, go up. Congratulations.
You know what, folks? Board, at this time, I'd like to just ask for a 5-10 minute recess, please. Let the three parties take some photos, and we'll continue on with our meeting. So we'll take 5-10 minutes, okay?
If Kyle and his family would come up, please.
Sure, absolutely.
Oh, I'm sorry. Finally done signing.
All right, family, file up, get behind them.
Should I move? Yeah.
Hopefully this only picture they'll get.
So you're lucky. Cool. Lucky Max. I think I did.
Where do you want some legislation?
Yeah, just that.
Okay. I think that's it.
It's just, all I got is economic development.
Competitive as of late. Starting pay.
She's not here, I get that too, I get that, I get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
You have to kind of get through years and years of whatever the types of calls.
Dalzell's not here?
Dalzell's here, but McGill's not. So I'm on all of those committees with her.
On occasion, dangerous job.
Are you doing all McGrill's?
Yeah, I can. You got a lot to read. I don't have
I don't. I have nothing to read.
don't have anything
I
in
have 2 lines.
more than I got.
I mean, it's rewarding. Years ago,
These are where there's nothing. Just no report.
For just the
Human resources, no report. Ordinance and legislation, no report.
change the
Insurance, no
standards
reward.
are getting used. 1,800 people.
Yeah, all the ones that were says real say no report. I don't know if she had anything under.
Pay a number of dollars for each application.
Do I have the health and
but we-
police one?
It becomes really long. So
Got this one up
there's a
here.
lot of people out there.
But you know what? I'm not on police with her, so
You know, those schools that I applied
Are you
to,
on police?
Yes.
You can take the police
I would say specialize in like criminology, schools for police officers.
I'll take insurance.
So I know like I'm going into forensic science.
Okay.
And one of
HR.
my potential roommate is going to court.
Tell me what a paycheck.
So same with this one, just no report?
Yeah.
That would be nice.
And all of our arguments, not that much.
So I would be doing, when you have the health and pollution.
Yeah, so when he says, or, you know, insurance, he'll say insurance trustee McGrail or committee. So I'm on committee with her. He'll just say,
You have.
The one they call,
on
they
behalf
call this one
of
is
the insurance committee, no report.
Police Trustee McGrail,
Yep. On
and then you
behalf
say
of,
on behalf of Ms.
So that's mine. You just say,
No,
no
no
report.
report.
Yeah, when anywhere it says trustee McGrail, say on behalf of committee, no report.
Right.
And then
On behalf of Trustee
they
McGrail.
actually have you guys do this part, removal of
Please say that.
items from the consent agenda. We're going to remove.
It's usually not this crowded. Yeah, maybe it doesn't. Spend a lot of time.
You got insurance and human resources, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's that settlement on?
I don't really know about
number is it?
that. Normally have
You guys are the
windows.
first ones that came up.
Don't see it.
I know, but it was sunny. It was all sunny on
Is it on there?
It was sunny on Friday. And that's when she said everything was great. And then the bleach part was like white.
Oh, right there. See.
Say like 6 o'clock or like
So
5:45.
circle that one there. So if he says, you know, removal of any items.
Yeah, we got a sub, we got a tour.
It's not an open window day.
We discussed all this last week, so
Got some- a
if
couple
we can. It used to be, I mean, your meetings would be forever because you'd have to look at every individual item. But this way, you put it all into one consent agenda, and then you. Well, yeah. But if there's something you want an individual vote for, you remove it. So I wasn't here last week when they discussed this lawsuit, so I'm not for it or against it. I just wasn't here, so I don't know the information. So I'll abstain on that
And
one.
we, just in the mayor's office, we talked about the stuff that he had written.
There was a lot of opportunity.
It sounded important, so.
Opportunities there, but a lot of it is.
Mr. Mayor, I want to thank you for giving them the opportunity to take the pictures. And thank you very much.
All right,
Thank you.
I know. I know Greg from his other life is a Evergreen Park police officer.
Exactly.
Yeah. Many years ago.
You don't have back then, Mike?
Oh yeah. He was a tact officer. Very aggressive.
You don't seem like that.
Oh, he was.
Okay.
I say in only the most positive way.
We didn't. But Heather, we had pizza by the way, so.
I meant for the
I
guys.
can warm the pizza up if we have to. You know?
That big flag of checkers.
All right.
Mike's on.
The thing is massive. Yeah, this is more.
Not a clear room.
Yep. Happens. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody's patience. And really, we welcome all of our new employees. There are two firemen and a policeman. Moving forward now, again, I'd like to introduce first all of our. This is a student government evening, and I'd like to introduce everyone that's involved with us this evening here. Before the meeting started, we went into my office and I had everybody draw names from a hat as far as what position they were going to assume for the evening. And we've got Maya Dingle, who's representing us as a trustee with Trustee Zielinski. Diego Nosi, who's representing us with Trustee Dalzell. Sarah Haskell is here on behalf of Trustee McGrail, who's absent this evening. This is Angelica Madera, right? Mm-hmm. Who's going to be our mayor for this evening. We have Matthew Pierce, who will be a trustee for this evening, working with Trustee Juarez. Max Merlo is a trustee this evening, and he's working with Trustee Pierce. And Nico Cortez is a trustee for the evening, working with Trustee McGlohorn. I want to thank both Eisenhower and Shepherd High School for bringing students in. We have a couple of their teachers that brought them here this evening. Thank you very much. And actually, we had one student who had an emergency at the today and couldn't make it, and Trustee McGrill didn't feel as well, so we tried to stagger everybody the best we could. Nico, Max, and Matt, you gentlemen all go to Shepherd High School. Angelica, Sarah, and Maya all go to Eisenhower High School, and Diego, you're at Shepherd as well, right? Yep. Okay, very good. So while we have, while we have the regular trustees in place, certainly we're going to let the students handle the task of our reports this evening, and obviously with voting too, so. I actually, right before the meeting started, I actually gave everybody an official commission for this evening as an appointed person representing their designated position yet too. So again, I thank everybody for coming in and participating tonight. I think this is a good practice, and I don't think we've done this since 2010, and this is really a great practice to keep the students and government involved. So thank you for your participation tonight. So we'll start with. I'll start with the mayor, Angelica Madera. Angelica's going to start with number 3 on your agendas. Go ahead.
Request for approval of an ordinance approving a franchise agreement between the Village of Alsip and Comcast of California, Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, LLC for a 10 period ending May 21st, 2028 at value of $250,000.
That's what the franchise agreement is worth, is $250,000. I put some footnotes in for Angelica. Go ahead.
Request for approval of an ordinance amending Chapter 4, Alcoholic Beverages and Liquor Control, Article 2, Administration and Enforcement, Division 2, License, Section 4/69, Limitation of Total Numbers of Licenses, of the Municipal Code of the Village of Alsip, which identifies with private club at 12221 South Cicero.
And just for everybody's knowledge again, the board has already approved a rezoning of that same property for this use, but we haven't created a liquor license for this establishment yet, which is why we're looking at this evening.
Request for approval of a settlement agreement by the Village of Alsip for case number 16, 808,845 in the United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division, of the amount of $75,000.
And just so everybody understands that as well too, while this is confidential in nature, the sum is definitely foiable, and trustees, this was the reason for a closed session at the end of the evening. If you wish to go into closed session, we can certainly do so to discuss this case. If you do not wish to go into closed session, when we get to that point, certainly you can vote not to go into closed session and agree with the insurance attorney's recommendation of settlement here. And so that's it. So you can move on to the clerk's report. You can ask the clerk for her report.
May I have your report, please, clerk?
Thank you. Presentation and approval of the April 16th, 2018 board meeting minutes. Presentation and approval of the April 30th, 2018 special board meeting minutes. Presentation and approval of the May 7th, 2018 board meeting minutes. Requesting approval of the April 2018 FOIA report. There was a total of 40 FOIAs in the month of April. And a request for approval of the IDOT motor fuel tax allotment for April 2018 in the amount of $44,130.19. That is all, Mayor.
Thank you. May I please have your report, Attorney Mike Kankar?
I have no report.
Thank you, Attorney. Can I please have your report, Engineer?
Thank you, Mayor. This evening we held the public meeting open house for the 131st Street improvements between Pulaski and Kedzie Road. We had a few attendees, so it was attended at least. A couple of the property owners. I also have a construction update on the waterproofing pump station. The contractor began excavation today, and they're moving right along. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Should I start?
You can ask for the public forum if anyone would wish to address the board.
Would anyone want to address the board with
under public forum?
Under public forum?
No one this evening.
Should I just no one this evening?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to the standing committee reports.
Will Trustee Cortez please
The finance committee report.
give the Finance Committee report?
Request for approval of a list of payroll dated May 11th, 2018, totaling $457,249.80. Request for approval of accounts payable dated May 21st, 2018, totaling $1,841,152.42. Request approval for Sustainable Retiree Defined Benefit Funding Plan. Request approval for Kent Olivan to attend 2018 Illinois Municipal Annual Conference, June 24 through 28, 2018, in Springfield for a cost of $205 plus hotel cost. Request for approval of the April 2000.
Thank you.
Fire report, Trustee Cortez.
Can I please have your fire report, Trustee Cortez?
Request for approval of April 2018 National Fire Incident Reporting System, NIFERS, Activity Report. Request to approve Fire Chief to attend the Illinois Fire Chiefs Annual on May 16th through 17th for a cost of $263.12, $150 symposium cost, and reimbursement to the chief for hotel cost of $113.12.
Thank you, Trustee Cortez. Trustee Haskell, can I please have your report on police?
No report.
Thank you, Trustee Haskell. Trustee Pierce, may I please have your report on public works and boat launch?
Request for approval of the April 2018 monthly activity report.
Thank you, Trustee Pierce.
Sorry, did you want to add anything to that, Trustee, or was that all you had? Okay.
Thank you, Trustee Pierce. May Trustee Dingle please give us the report on building?
Request for approval of the April 2018 monthly activity report. Request for approval of the Building Department Annual Report for May 1st, 2017 through April 30th, 2018. Request for approval of the 5th Annual Pig Roast at the Village Sportsman Club located at 5201 West 115th Street on June 2nd, 2018 from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. Request for approval of a block party located on Fay Lane on Saturday, August 18, 2018 from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. That's all I have for tonight.
Thank you, Trustee Dingle. Can Trustee Nose please provide us with the report on sewer and water?
No, sir.
Request for approval to advertise the bid for the restoration contract to extend it for 18 months to move the renewal to the calendar year instead of the fiscal year. Request for approval of the April 2018 monthly activity report. And that is all, Mayor.
Thank you, Trustee Nosey. May Trustee Pierce please provide us with the report on license?
Request for approval of a list of licenses dated April 27th through May 11th, 2018.
Thank you, Trustee Pierce. May Trustee Merlo please provide us with the report on economic development?
Request for approval of the April 2018 monthly activity report.
Thank you, Trustee Merlo. May Trustee Dingle please provide us with the report on planning and zoning?
Request for approval to have the attorney draft an ordinance of Village of Alsip to rezone the property commonly known as 4855 West 111th Street in Alsip from a B1 business district to a B-3 business district. That is all I have for tonight, Mayor.
Thank you, Trustee Dingle.
And to the public, for those looking at the agendas, item number 2 was mistakenly, I actually mistakenly referred that to the committee. We had actually already approved that back on April 2nd. That action's already been taken care of. So you're moving to special committee reports.
May Trustee Cortez please provide us with the village property reports?
There is no report.
Thank you, Trustee Cortez. May Trustee Haskell please provide us with the insurance reports?
There is no report.
Thank you, Trustee Haskell. May Trustee Murillo please provide us with the ordinance and legislation reports?
There is no report.
Thank you, Trustee Murillo. May Trustee Nosey please provide us with the information technology reports?
No report, Mayor.
Thank you, Trustee Nosey. May Trustee Haskell please provide us with the human resources reports?
There is no report.
Thank you, Trustee Haskell. May Trustee Murillo please provide us with the health and pollution reports?
There is no report.
Thank you. May Trustee Nosey please provide us with the traffic safety reports?
Request for approval for Christopher Burke Engineering to install 2 additional cameras at 115th Cicero and 1 additional camera at 127th and Cicero in compliance with the July 6th, 2016 renewal with GETSO Red Light Camera Enforcement, IDOT. Permits have been received and signed.
Discussion, please.
Mayor, when is the date that those are going up?
They're going to go up as soon as possible. I did sign off on the IDOT permits. They haven't given us, actually the police department's not here right now, but they haven't given us a date. But they're going to do this almost immediately and stuff. They've been waiting for the approval on this. So they sent me revised paperwork last week. I signed off on it and asked them to pick it right up as soon as it was signed. So it's in the motion right now.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
They can ask if there's any petitions, any presentations, petitions, or communications.
Are there any petitions, presentations, or communications?
You're welcome to read this if you like.
Special thanks to Alsip Police Officer Rocco Murillo for coordinating a very successful Cop on the Roof event that raised over $14,000 for Special Olympics. All volunteers were great, and Dunkin' Donuts donated a large check.
Yeah, I tell you, we were out there Friday, ladies and gentlemen, and I tell you, Rocco, you had a nice group of volunteers out there. That was essential for success out there. It really was. And everybody that volunteered, thank you very much. Everybody that came out and so forth then, too. My assistant, Becky, we had to learn which side of the street was better than the other. I told her northbound traffic is no good. Everybody's trying to get downtown. Becky claimed it was like playing Frogger out there, trying to get out of the way and stuff then, too, you know. Southbound traffic was a little bit better. But then we made the mistake of having all you nice ladies get out there and ask for donations, and before you know it, you saw traffic backing up all the way up the bridge. It's like, forget it. You guys get out of the street. We got to keep this moving, you know. So thank you very much from everybody that helped out. And Rocco, we were talking before the meeting. That's actually double what we brought in last year, right, for Special Olympics?
Department high, yeah.
Great job, Rocco. You're doing a real good job. So now what we're going to do is, would any of the trustees like to remove any items from the consent agenda?
So do just the
You can
trustees.
ask, yeah.
Would the trustees want to remove any items from the consent agenda?
Item C.
So we're going to pull C. Which trustee asked for that? Trustee
Pierce.
Pierce.
Trustee.
The real trustee.
Okay, Trustee Merlot pulled it. Okay. Anybody else?
Items N and U.
N has already been removed.
Just want to make sure.
Okay, and U has already been removed as well. Thank you very much for confirming.
You was removed as well?
I'm sorry?
You was removed?
Yes.
Just want to read any of those, right?
Yeah. So here's what we'll do. So, okay. So then what you're going to do next? Now you're going to ask, can I get a motion to establish a consent agenda?
Can I get a motion to establish a consent agenda?
So moved.
Make a motion.
Second.
Second.
Second?
You second? Okay. Okay, roll call number 2 to present, to accept the consent, to establish the consent agenda. As a reminder, letters C, N, and U have been removed. Trustee McGreal?
Well, actually, the real trustees have to vote on this.
Correct. Is absent. Trustee Dalzell?
Yes.
Trustee Pierce?
Yes.
Trustee Zelinski?
Yes.
Trustee Juarez?
Yes.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
Motion carries to establish the consent agenda.
So now with this next page here, you're going to ask for a motion, motion to approve the consent agenda as presented. You said that.
Motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Second.
Max and Matt.
You have to vote it. The real trustees have to vote it.
Right, and again, the regular trustees will vote on this.
Roll call number 3 to approve the consent agenda, filling in some missing information. Letter A, approval of an ordinance approving a franchise agreement between the Village of Alsip and Comcast of California, Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, LLC for a 10-year period ending May 21st, 2018, will now be known as ordinance number 2018-05-3. Item B, approval of an ordinance amending Chapter 4, Alcoholic Beverages and Liquor Control, Article 2, Administration and Enforcement, Division 2, License, Section 4-69, limitation on the total number of licenses of the Municipal Code of the Village of Alsip, will now be known as ordinance number 2018-05-4. Approval, letter I, approval of a list of payroll dated May 11th, 2018, totaling $457,249.80. Letter J, approval of a list of accounts payable dated May 21st, 2018, totaling $1,841,152.42. Trustee McGreal is absent. Trustee Dalzell?
Yes.
Trustee Pierce?
Yes.
Trustee Zelinski?
Yes.
Trustee Juarez?
Yes.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
Motion carries to approve the consent agenda.
Let me address this one here, okay? Okay, returning to the items that were removed, letter C was removed, an approval of a settlement agreement by the Village of Alsip for case number 16C8845 in the United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division, in the amount of $75,000. That was removed by Trustee Pierce. Did you have a question, Trustee, or?
No, a separate vote.
Separate vote? Okay. And again, trustees, if you wish, I did make a provision here for a closed session. If the trustees wish to go into closed session, we can discuss this matter and come back and vote on this matter as well. If you've got, because this is a confidential matter at the same, the price isn't, I'm sorry, the settlement isn't, but unless you had a confidential question.
I think it's in our best interest to go into closed session. It's just
If someone wants to make the motion, then please, well, then, that's what I'll do then. I'll just move forward with the closed session. We can approve that or not, then, too, but, then that's, well, so as far as pulling this item, we can revisit this, Mr. Attorney, after the closed session?
Right.
Okay. We'll suspend that vote then, trustees, until after closed session. We'll revisit letter C.
Someone's got to make the motion.
To suspend until
We have
after.
to go in executive
Right.
session to discuss pending litigation.
Right. So,
I'll make a motion.
well, before I get that, okay, yeah, we can do that. That's fine.
Right. I make a motion to go into closed session
Discuss pending litigation.
to discuss pending litigation.
If you want to read that off, trustee.
Litigation when an action against affecting on behalf of a particular public body has been filed and impending before a court of administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable and imminent, in which case the basis for the finding shall be recorded and entered into the minutes of the closed meeting. Pursuant to 5 ILCS 120-2.
Chapter 11. So we need a second?
Second.
Roll call number 4 to adjourn to,
No.
to go to closed session. Trustee McGrill is absent. Trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Pierce.
Yes.
Trustee Zelinski.
Yes.
Trustee Juarez.
Yes.
Trustee McLaughlin.
Yes.
Motion carries to go to closed session.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into closed session for a brief discussion. We are going to come back out and vote on letter C, after which, in the interest of possible time, I don't know how long this will take, but we can release the student trustees and participants at this time. And again, I want to thank everybody for their service too, as well then too. Thank you very much. And certainly, and, you know, always, we're always here. So if you ever wish to come back to us, come back to us. So we're going to suspend this.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
We're going to go into closed session at 8:12.
Thanks. Great job. Sir. Thank you. Congratulations.